You know, the same way that you receive salvation is the same way that you receive everything else from the kingdom of God. You know, the Bible tells us that, you know, if you confess Jesus as Lord and you believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you shall be saved. Well, that's salvation. Well, that's kind of how you receive everything else from God that God has made available to us through grace. You know, you first have to confess it, and then you have to believe that God has made it available to you and that it's yours. And like God has given us a gift. You know, it's like a package that God has packaged and delivered to our home. Well, you receive it by confessing that, hey, this is mine, and believe that it's yours. And that's how you receive it. You know, sometimes I talk about speech, how we speak towards our life, towards our future, towards what God has made available to us. You know, if we begin to speak negatively, then it's kind of like we're rejecting the package. And that's why your speech is very important, because God has given us this great gift of grace, and the way we receive it or reject it is by our speakings, by our confession, and by our belief.